welcome back to CTV Morning Live. It's great to have Jean-Luc Boissonneau joining us from Freeform Fitness, but also the founder and the creator of Natioanl Capital Fit Day. We're heading into the first Natioanl Capital Fit Day this weekend. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. Extremely excited. We did this event last year, but it was on a much smaller scale, and we sold it out. You know, we had to refuse people from coming, so we got together afterwards, our team, and we kind of said, you know, like, let's make this huge. You know, we want to create something. You know, I have a mentor that once told me, he said, if you're going to set a goal so big it's going to blow your mind if you achieve it. And this is kind of what we've done. We'd like to create an impact, and you know, the end goal of this, you know, it'll take 3 to 5 years, is to really make it so everyone in Canada recognizes that this is a fitness day in Ottawa, and you know, people travel, which is pretty ambitious.
Hey, you said it big. I think it's actually going to happen. And
yeah.
And what would the day include? What are we going to see on Saturday?
Well, here's the thing, right? When you look at events, there's usually it's very linear. There's a running event or there's a cycling event. What I want to do is, there's a lot of people out there that do martial arts. You know, there's people that have their own little sports, you know, their own little tribes of what they do. And I want to incorporate it all in that day. The tagline is watch, learn, compete. You know, so imagine you can go to an event and you can learn about different sports. Maybe it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, and you can actually go there and do demonstrations and they teach you, and then, you know, maybe you'll really enjoy it and fall into that.
So there's different options for you to be able to see some of the sports that are available. Nutrition, are there seminars, are there products, vitamins, supplements, that kind of thing as well?
We're trying to, you know, this is really our first year of branching it out like this, and I just hope everyone in Ottawa comes and supports it. Because I really want to make this successful. There's going to be seminars that day. There's going to be prizes to give away in the expo. There's demonstrations of different fitness things that people probably have never seen before. So it's going to be really interesting. We've got great companies, great brands on board.
It's all happening at the De La Salle High School, so it's happening throughout the course of the day, but then at night there's the big competition. Yeah,
so there's different events throughout the day. Carry Your Wife contests, there's grappling events, which is like a submission wrestling kind of event. There's an expo, and then we have our show, our big one, which includes bodybuilding, fitness, figure, and even junior fitness this year, so we have kids doing it, which is really neat. But yeah, so that event is huge, and last year that was the sellout. So. Okay,
well, and we're going to have a chance to see. So we're going to bring some of the athletes in, so come on in. We'll have an opportunity to see. So this is what we're going to be seeing, all lined up on a stage, and it looks easy right now, but this has taken years and months of preparation, nutrition, everything that goes into looking like this.
You know, it's one of those sports, and when you talk about bodybuilding and figure, this is people that have worked out in the gym for years. You know, some, you know, when they first jump into it, it's maybe a year of training, but you know, typically you're talking about someone that's grinding it out every day in the gym, watching what they eat. It's you know, it can be a little crazy to some people, you know, to the average person, but you know, the results that they achieve is unbelievable.
It's amazing to see what the human body can do and how it can look. So we have our competitors. So we're looking at figure, fitness, swimsuit. What are we looking at here? So you can break it down. Okay.
Right.
Come on in.
You know what weight class you're in? No. Medium. So it's by height.
Yep.
So she would be medium figure athlete, and James would be a lightweight, welterweight. Welterweight. And, well, what accomplishments have you had so far, right?
Well, hold on a second. Okay, I didn't have a mic, so I'm going to run.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. Or you can talk.
There we go.
Oh. I guess so far I compete at the Canadas both this year, the natural and the one that's not drug tested. And I also did the Toronto Pro Show as well. And then I won the Ottawas 2 years ago. So I'm just there this year to really help with coaching and root on the next person that's probably going to take it away.
So you had some experience, but for you, this is a first-time event for you.
Yes, this is the first time. I've been training since April at Freeform Fitness. So it's been a long journey, but definitely a good challenge, and Yeah, so
what
I'm
for you?
looking
What
forward to
I mean, you're definitely in shape, but what for you was the biggest challenge since April to get to this point?
the diet.
It's different, right?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely. The diet and the training and the discipline.
So what are, okay, I'm going to take this from you. What are the judges going to be looking for then when you're looking at a figure like this? They're posing. I know that they're going to be doing quarter turns. I just had my experience of seeing that over the weekend. How does this work? What are they looking for?
Yeah, so the judges look for three criterias, and it's really judged. Actually, there's 4 criterias, but the 3 main ones are they're looking for symmetry. So do they have good proportion in muscle size? So when you're training for this, you're looking in the mirror and you're like a sculpture. And you're just trying to, Arnold said it best, it's like putting clay on, except instead of putting clay on the statue, we're working each muscle group to perfection. So it's really about mastery. So that's the first part, the symmetry. The second part is, do they have enough muscle mass, right? So that shows really experience in the gym, iron time, like how much you've been training. So there has to be, for figure, not too much muscle, but some muscle, so there's a good amount of shape. And the third component, which is probably one of the most important ones, is how low the body fat is. Again, for women, it can't be too low. It has to be just perfect.
What? I know that you guys are always looking for perfection, but my goodness, it's really hard to achieve. So there's a very fine balance.
For the guys, you see, it's as lean as it gets. It doesn't matter. The leaner, the better. For women, it's a nice balance. It has to be,
not striations.
Yeah.
But
keep that feminine look.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then can you show us some of the posing that you would do so that we can see how they would? And it's exhausting holding these poses, right? Like it feels like you run a marathon after you're on stage.
It actually is really hard. A lot of people think that it's just you go on stage and you just do it a couple poses, but first of all they keep you on for a while, right? So, I mean, the average bodybuilder is on around 15 minutes when it comes to prejudging, and you got to hold those poses at your full potential because you've dieted for 12 to 16 weeks for this one moment, and then you have to squeeze every muscle in your body. So it does get exhausting for sure. Have you
had to learn that aspect to it because this is something that's new to you?
Yes, I did some posing sessions, and definitely a good challenge, and so it should be interesting.
Okay, so let's see some of the poses then that we would see.
You can call it out.
All right. Front double bicep. Yeah. See how the legs? He gets his legs right into it. See, every muscle has to be flexed in these competitions. So as easy as that seems to just flex your legs, it really isn't, because eventually those muscles start relaxing, and he needs to recontract
and
them.
they fatigue, yeah.
And see, you can see the sweat on his head starting already.
So that would be what? So that's your double bicep.
Front double bicep.
Okay, what else do we have?
Let's give the ab and thigh, right? Everyone likes that one. So you show your abs, and then we move into the abdominals. All right. So here you'd want to see all the striation, all the serratus. This will really show if that person has a low body fat, because you'll see the lines right up the legs.
And then would it be the same for the women?
No, so the women have different quarter turns, so it's not as we'll say manly,
Okay, so then so there's a certain pose?
Yeah, so they would just stand like this, and the judge then looks for that symmetry, if they have the nice V taper and shoulders and the legs, and then they would quarter turn to the right, right? So they just move to the right, and again, now the judge is looking at hamstring sweep, the hamstring, they're looking at the shoulders, and just, for the women, I think the most important thing is symmetry, that everything matches, and the posing has a lot more to do with it for the women than the men do.
Yeah. It's amazing to see. Okay, so these competitions are happening. You'll see a variety because you have fitness, you have the figure, you have swimsuit, you have the bodybuilding. So there'll be different aspects over the course of the evening.
Yeah, it's great. We have Angie.
Angie's going to be emceeing, yeah?
Angie's emceeing, and so it's different events basically going on. We have like a big screen with like different things that we don't typically see at other shows.
Good luck. It is called the National Capital Fit Day. It's running throughout the day at De La Salle High School. So get on board, get in there for the day, and then be able to experience some of the great show that's on in the evening. Good luck with everything. Think big. I like the goal, and then it can blow your mind when you achieve it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, we are going to head things back to Jeff Hopper, I believe, for a final look at the forecast.